Hey guys, let me show you what I'm working on here really quick. This will take like 2, 3 minutes, and how I'm kind of going about the research of finding some of these across the board bets. It's really just trying to pick up patterns, and nothing really seems to work super well, but we might be onto something a little bit with that fourth favorite. I go to drf.com, go to all entries, click on the date that I want, say Thursday, April 16th. It's as far back as it'll let me go right now. It's last Thursday at Gulfstream. And then I go to the results tab and I open that one up too and do the same thing, the 13th, and I go back to Gulfstream. So that obviously, or on the 16th. So I go back to Gulfstream, so I'm obviously on the same races. Right now, all I can do is go down here. You get more recent and it'll show what the lines moved to in the last couple of days, but then they drop those off and just go back to what the morning lines were. So if I'm looking for the first four favorites in the morning line, of course, I would start here 5 to 2s, 2.5 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1. So there's my top three, right? 6, 5, 1. And then I would look for the fourth favorite, which is going to be this 6 to 1 horse here. And with Gaff on it, I mean, come on. And then a fifth favorite, probably the 3 horse here. So 6, 5, 1, 4, 3 is the order that I would write down. I do pay a little bit of attention to the jockeys. I already know Saez and Gaffin, whatever, Barrios even, are some of the better jockeys at this track, some of the better trainers. Kathleen O'Connell's pretty good, but there's nothing great in this horse in this particular race. I make little notes of that just to see if there's a connection, sort of. I was tracking it on paper. I'm not doing that anymore just for speed because it takes a lot of time. I wish there was a computer program that would do this. It takes a lot of time to dig through these slates manually and get through there. But in race one, you can see the 4 hit the board. He was our fourth favorite. Win, play, show. Across the board, what's that? 1440, 1760 on a $6 bet. Boom, you're already up on the day. That's not common. But the 2 did not factor into the top 5. That's why he placed at 880. His odds were long. The 6 was the favorite in the race, and he only showed, so that's $2.80 there. So I'm starting to track these, and what I'm going to look for is how often that fourth fave or the third fave or the fifth, whatever. I'm just tracking the top 5. They're hitting 90% of the wins, and and it's just a matter of picking which one. So in theory, if you're pressed for time, you can cut the top 5 of the race and just eliminate the rest. They hit. But and they do hit, as you've seen Ryan mention. I mean, betting on a 50 to 1 long shot is great. It hits a couple of times a week. You're going to lose a crap load of those bets. But when it hits, it's going to pay off. And I haven't done any research on those. Maybe someday I will. But I know that it works. It goes through its streaks like anything else. I'm focused on the top 5 trying to hit the win because inside that top 5, I'm trying to find exactas as well. I'm not digging into that part just yet, but that's what this is going to lead to. And if the fourth favorite hits often enough to win a race, then by God, that's what you want. Even if he gets bet down a little bit and he's not at 8 to 1 or whatever, and he's playing at or 6 to 1, whatever this one is, and he's only down to 4.5 to 1 or something like that, or 9 to 2, then fine. But the point is, when he hits the exacta, when that too bad the 2 came in, if the 6 had come in, that exacta would have paid better than if it had gone 6-4. Maybe even better if it would have gone 5-1 or something like that. So these are the things that we're kind of going to start looking for. Let me show you one more really quick because I'm down to the third race. In the second race, it was a maiden race. The third favorite hit the board hard. Third favorite was the 8 horse at 9 to 2 opening, money line, morning line, whatever you want to call it. Down here to number 2, there's the 8, paid 1584 and 2. So if you had the third favorite here, great. The fourth favorite did show, the 7 horse showed at 380. So you got 380 back on 6. That helps. But then in the third race, 4, 7, 6, 5, 9. So 4, 3.5 to 1, 7, 4 to 1, 5 to 1, 6 to 1. So your 5 horse is your fourth favorite at 6 to 1, and your 9 horse at 6 to 1. See, when I see them tied, I'm either picking off the jock, and I don't know why I just wrote down the 5 here. I would have actually picked the 9 because of Tyler. But that said, I wrote down the 5th horse, and in the third race, the 5th one. That had Raj on it. Either way, 1580, 640, and 460 across the board again. So that's the second, fourth favorite that hit that particular day. The third favorite hit in the second race, and the fourth favorite has has paid a show bet in all 3 races so far. That's not common. You know, you're going to go through runs where the favorites hit and whatever else, and the 4th favorite doesn't even hit the board. But for 3 races at Gulfstream, this is starting off pretty well. This is obviously going to be profitable on the day because I've already recouped back the money that I've played. You're still going to have to be selective on your races. You're still going to have to try to find false favorites. You're still going to have to try to do a little bit of handicapping to determine whether or not that's smart. But when you see a 4th favorite start to slip in odds down from say 9-2 and it drops to 6-1, 7-1, you might throw an across the board bet on it to begin with, because when it hits, it almost sets your day up pretty well. So all right, so 5-6 minutes, sorry, not 2 to 5 minutes, but short video just showing you kind of what we're working on here, and then how we're going to translate that into the next level, which is running across other parks, building the sample out as big as we can for free research, and then maybe running some exactas through it too to see how often the exactas hit, what they pay, how well they pay, and if that 4th favorite, 3rd favorite, whatever, those guys a little lower on the money line, morning line, should be kind of the leads in your exacta, because A, they actually do have a realistic shot at hitting, and B, when they do, they pay the exactas a whole lot better. So that's kind of the idea. So yeah.